thinking lately about the rhythms in my life and where they came from. Oh, this is just in case I get a coughing fit. You know, the rhythm of sickness has its own way about us. And so one of the things I'd like to start with is, what is rhythm? Rhythm is any pattern, repeated pattern of movement. What is dance? Dance is any pattern and succession of bodily movement, usually to music, but not always. So actually right now you're all dancing. Did you know that? You're all doing the I'm sitting on my ass dance. And I'd like to share a rhythm with you if I could. One of the probably greatest rhythms that I remember growing up as a kid was something called the Addams Family theme. Do you remember that? Any of you remember that, right? So we'll go through that a bit, and you can snap your fingers if you will. So it goes do-do-dee-doo, 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 do-do-dee-doo. Right, so there's the chorus, and then there's the verse. So I'm going to sing the verse, and then we'll do the chorus together, right? So let's try that again. Rhythm is here, rhythm is there. Rhythm is here, rhythm is there, it's everywhere. Rhythm makes us happy, rhythm makes us sad. Rhythm is for lovers, especially in bed. Rhythm is here, rhythm is there. Rhythm is here, rhythm is there, it's everywhere. Now remember that, we'll come back to that in a little while. That's your part, you'll be tested on this later. When I was a baby, newly from the womb, I'd lift my head and crawl around and make stinky in the room. Finally, was I standing and falling? But I used my little legs to balance and take a step and step and step again. My daddy was so happy, he tossed me in the air. But of course, you know, he caught me, but he did give me a scare. Nursery rhymes and simple songs, and Ella did I hear. And thus began the education of my tiny reader. But what was that first rhythm, besides my mother's heartbeat, that I felt it had to be that cradling rhythm, that rocking back and forth? Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetops, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Count to 10, go hide, I'll seek. Let's play tag or kick the can. Running and jumping and leaping, oh my. Hey, you're dead, I shot you. Go on and die. Now most nursery rhymes are 4/4 time. In fact, most music that we might listen to is in 4/4 time, right? I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. Your mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird, a tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my mama, but on the way I dropped it. Skidoo ba ba beep ba da ba dee ba ba da wah. Skidoo ba ba da dee dee wah ba boop ba ba da dee wah. I can just imagine me listening to my parents playing Ella, and I knew she was talking to me. That nonsense language to me as a child. I'm sure I even responded back. Goo ga 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 gee goo goo gee ga gee ga goo goo ga. Goo ga ga ma 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 ma. Goo goo ga gee ga goo ga. And the classical music, my parents listened to it, my grandparents listened to it. But there's one song that kind of emulates, I think, my childhood and playing in the backyards with Tommy and Randy and Aurora and in Batavia, where my grandparents lived, and also in Naperville. I'm sure you'll recognize it. I like to play and 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 play. all day. I like to run and hide and skip and slide and skin my knee and bump my head and break my arm. Oh, wait. And collide outside. I like to ride my bike, crash into trees, and throw a ball and tag you out, screaming through the neighborhood. Ollie, ollie, all and free. Ollie, ollie, all and free. Ollie, ollie, all and free. My grandfather was quite a musician. He played drums and he played piano and organ. In fact, all of his brothers were musicians. And he was one of my first rhythmic mentors. He gave me my first drum pad and sticks. Ham bone, where you been? Around the world and back again. Grandpa Harold was the man, a teaching me rhythm with his hands, a banging and slapping and having fun, a reeling and a rocking and playing his buns. Peace porridge hot, peace porridge cold, peace porridge in the pot, 9 days old. A jack be nimble, a jack be quick, a jack be over the candlestick. We interrupt your childhood for this announcement that caused your parents to cry. Even my father, who once looked me in the eye and said, "Mark, boys don't cry." But there he was. President John Kennedy has been assassinated. The rhythm in my house changed. The rhythm in the city changed. The rhythm in the United States changed, and probably the whole world. And we all stood there around our black and white TVs watching as the case on. And I remember to this day the clippity-clopping of the horses carrying the coffin and the sound of taps. Dragons live forever, but not so little boys. Painted wings and giant rings make way for other toys. Come on, 60s, and wake me up. What? Dr. Martin Luther King has been assassinated? Come on, 60s, it's time to grow up. What? Bobby Kennedy has been assassinated? Hormones got me going around and up and down and a 1, 2, 3 kick, 1, 2, 3 kick. Well, I was raging, I was crazing, twisting, frug indoctrination. Life don't stop, woo, woo, woo. There was war, assassination, marching, Air Force indoctrination. Life don't stop, woo, woo, woo. Well, one time while twisting away at a high school dance my mom was chaperoning, she came up to me and she said, Mark, how do you do that? And I said, do what, Mom? How do you get your lower half to go twice as fast as your upper half? I don't know, Mom. I just kind of do it. Do-do-do-do. 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 The draft, it was a-coming. Oh my, what should I do? The Vietnam War was killing people I never knew. Rhythm is here, rhythm is there, rhythm is here, rhythm is there, it's everywhere. So I went in the Air Force, and immediately I was introduced to a new rhythm. It wasn't as stable as the rest. In fact, it seemed to be fun, but the reality later on, it really wasn't. And then a little bit later, wow, man, that's the best water I've ever tasted. Ooh. Wow, look at the lights. Oh, man. I spent 2 years in Taiwan at Taichung Air Force Base in Taichung. Good morning. This is the American Forces Network Taiwan, and I'm your host, Mark Kater, for the Coffee Pot Show. Serving Americans forced overseas. Acid, booze, and ass. Needles, guns, and grass. Lots of laughs. Lots of laughs. His name was Gracie. He was a happy black soul from Alabama with a white wife and a newly born child he brought over to live on base with him. Occasionally, he would come over to the radio station where I had live time from 1 to 2 in the morning, where, of course, you know, I played those heavy-duty FM sounds, you know what I'm saying? And occasionally, he would like to play something, so I'd open the mic, let him go on air, and make his announcement. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. He'd been there about 9 months. He was a loadmaster on a C-130 cargo plane that used to fly in-country, which meant in Vietnam, where he would take cargo around. On this particular flight, he flew off, and his plane was incinerated by a SAM missile. Rhythm is for warning. The Air Force, because there were no bodies, declared him MIA, missing in action. Rhythm helps us to weep. The black airmen and soldiers got very upset with this. They didn't feel like they were being treated fairly. And so they began to march on base. And there was tear gas, and we got it in our eyes. Finally, after a couple of weeks, the Air Force relented. They changed their policy, and they paid the death benefits to his wife and child, and to the whole crew, for that matter. At that time, we'd also started an underground newspaper for equal rights and equal opportunity. I cartooned and wrote articles. With rhythm do we grieve. It's to heal a heart that's broken, torn. Rhythm is here. Rhythm is there. Rhythm is here. Rhythm is there. It's everywhere. Rhythm is for dancing. Rhythm is our life. If you're not feeling any rhythm, you probably are dead. Rhythm is here. Rhythm is there. Rhythm is here. Rhythm is there. It's everywhere. And so I hope you find that rhythm in your life. Enjoy the highs and the lows. And may you get your groove on. Thank you all.